Today I'm joined by Pranave Raval, head of all things Shelby, a fierce ping pong player, from what I understand, a self-taught guitarist.
Very, very competitive ping pong player.
There we go.
Yep.
A little bit about the format. This show, we have 5 wings. We start mild and we work our way to the spiciest. How are you with spicy food?
I think I'm good. Let's see.
All right.
Put it to test.
All right, let's get started. You moved from Meta to building decentralized infrastructure from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
What personal trait do you think made that transition possible?
Over my career, there are like 2 or 3 things that I've just generally followed. One is do things that have not been done before.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number 1. This is easy.
Spicy?
It's all right.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, we're getting started.
That's it. Prime the pump.
That's first, do the things that have not been done before.
Okay.
Secondly, be extremely curious. And the third thing is work with very smart people.
Yeah.
And so I think those all 3 kind of, we check the boxes when I was thinking about where Meta was going and where the decentralized systems are going.
Okay.
It was a very obvious choice for me to just follow that path.
How about that? Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You, in the crypto world, have become the infrastructure guy. Did you see your life's work going this way?
Not really. But what has happened in my career is that, going back to the previous question, when you want to do the things that have not been done before,
Sure.
you routinely realize that the infrastructure that is available is not good enough. And you need to go to the layer below it and try to fix it and try to make it better. And so that is how I ended up becoming an infrastructure guy.
Fair.
I was not an infrastructure guy to begin with.
How you feeling after the first one?
First one was easy.
Little tingly? Or?
Yeah, a little tingly, yeah, but it's
right.
easy.
As the host, I should be doing better than I am after one, but we'll move on. Value extraction versus value creation, right? We talk about most of crypto today, and you and I were talking about this earlier, where it's at best a value exchange, and if you're being critical, of value extraction.
Yep.
When you think about Shelby, particularly in the world of value creation, how do you see that in the crypto space?
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity to step back a little bit. We want to build internet capital markets, sure, right? And it's this current state of the affairs is that we have a stock exchange. The equivalent analogy I'll give is like we have a stock exchange where all we have is Forex, and then some banking stocks. And then we are just kind of swapping back and forth.
Sure.
Right? We don't have stocks backed by commerce, or we don't have stocks backed by innovation.
Sure.
So the more kind of the more assets we bring on chain that are powered by real value,
sure,
the more valuable internet capital markets become. Right? So that's the core thesis. Right? We just don't want to keep exchanging the same asset back and forth, because when you keep doing that, you kind of try to then arbitrage the price. There is MEV, and all of that is like what I call value extraction.
Sure.
And so Shelby is here to bring data-driven, revenue-backed applications on chain. Right. So now we are going to have the YouTube, the Netflix, the Googles of the world built in a decentralized way. They can come to life. And then when we can have those assets listed on chain, the game completely changes.
We're 2 wings in, onto the third one, and this is where the temp gets a little bit hotter. When we talk about crypto applications, particularly around constraints that they have, there's bandwidth constraints, but there's also kind of the heavy load that decentralized apps have from a storage standpoint. And what I've seen is sort of crypto native applications relying on a Web 2 incumbent to do their storage.
Correct.
How do you see applications managing data and storage in a decentralized fashion?
Yeah. And I think even if stepping back slightly, the core thesis of crypto is to give ownership back to the rightful owner.
Sure.
And we have done that with currency, and we have done that with lightweight digital assets. We have not done that with one of the most valuable digital asset, with your data, right? And so I think with Shelby, that is what we are trying to do, because as you rightly pointed out, all of the data in DApps is being handled by centralized systems, and they're bound by all the centralized systems constrained, the lock-ins, the high cost of operating, the restrictions they put, the arbitrary kind of rules they impose, and all of that. So Shelby is going to change that. When your data is on Shelby, you completely own it. You have a lot of ways to monetize it. You can have token gated access. You can have any logic that you can program on chain will be your way to get and monetize your data. And so it's kind of data sovereignty comes on chain. And with that comes the kind of value that your data brings.
Interesting. We've heard a lot about monetary sovereignty or even private key sovereignty, but never data sovereignty in that respect.
Yep.
As a consumer, you're kind of making this trade-off, right? I want to use your application, you get to mine my data, and that's why they're free. Is there a Web 2 use case for Shelby?
Oh, there is. And I think if you do it right, the Web 2, Web 3 boundaries should start getting blurred.
Sure.
Right. And it's the same thing we have seen with cloud, same thing we have seen with mobile. When clouds were new, it was like, oh, people, I'm building on cloud.
Yeah.
When mobile was new, I'm building on mobile. Now I'm just building an app, right?
Yeah.
It's hosted in cloud, runs on mobile, but nobody's like, calling it out separately. The same thing should happen where you can say, hey, I would love to have data ownership. I would love to have data verifiability. I would love to have transparency. And that's why I want to use decentralized systems. And so one amazing use case that we just talked about last week at India Blockchain Week is that the largest wireless system provider, they have an ad tech platform.
Sure.
And they want to build an ad tech platform that is completely built on transparency and verifiability. And so ad tech has a lot of third-party verification is required. There is fraud, there is data tampering. And they said, hey, if all of the data is on Shelby and verifiable, we don't need all of this extra layers and verification. So that's your classic Web 2 use case, right? That makes everything much better and much more efficient.
We usually see Web 2 apps going into Web 3 for an audience, but you guys have the other direction as well. Very interesting. On to wing number 4.
All right.
Where it gets even spicier. You want to dig in?
It even looks spicier.
Yeah, I know.
This things get interesting here.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh.
So when we think about storage and crypto systems, there's a level even below that, which is the network it runs on. You're a little spicy?
It is spicy.
All right, mine's cooking. How do you think about building something like Shelby on the public internet versus a service like DoubleZero? And what's possible now that maybe wouldn't be possible? Can you a second? Yeah.
I need a...
hot sauce in my Oh no, there's some milk right here.
I'm good. I just ate some.
Spice got up there a little bit, huh? Yeah. We didn't even turn the temperature up in the room. It's just spice. I'll join you. I'll go in the hurt locker with you. There we go. Whew.
I thought I had more spice tolerance than...
Yeah. Well, there's a part of the game too with the spicy questions. When we think about what Shelby is doing, you're taking on a space that previously nobody wanted to endeavor into.
Yep.
Obviously there's a storage layer, but there's a networking layer underneath it. Are there aspects of Shelby that wouldn't be possible if you use the public internet?
Oh, 100%. With Shelby, our goal is to move hundreds of gigabytes of data per second.
Sure.
And it's just not possible on the public internet. Like the often used and somewhat cliche analogy, but it's still very, very apt, is that you cannot run a sports car at 200 miles per hour on local kind of congested regular city streets. And you need a proper kind of, racetrack.
Of course.
And so DoubleZero is that racetrack on which Shelby, the high performance car, runs at 200 miles per hour. So yeah, I think it's not possible what we are trying to do on Shelby. If you look at any big tech infrastructure, they all have their private backbone.
Sure.
That's how they are powering everything. The Shelby needs the same.
Shelby's a unique case too for DoubleZero because we have so many latency sensitive protocols, right, that are interested in sort of microsecond finality or transaction, but there is a secondary aspect to DoubleZero, which is the bandwidth, right? How wide are the pipes to communicate that information? So when we look at working together there on that front, the bandwidth aspect is really neat. I'm curious, when you think about the usage of Shelby at a global scale, right? Are there pockets in the globe that you're targeting, or is it truly a worldwide network?
We are going to go around the globe, that like this common band from Western US, Eastern US, Western Europe, Central Europe, and APAC. We are going to cover that band. And as soon as we announce Shelby, we are now starting getting requests from India, from MENA region, from Egypt, from South Africa, from Latin America. So we're going to have to cover the whole globe. I think the users are all over the world.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, moving on to wing 5. We lost you
Wing
there
5.
for a second.
Fourth one was
Thinking
brutal.
deep secret to ask you in that heat just to see if the filter would break or something would come out. Shirt changes and we're on to number 5. This is the hottest one.
Oof.
So I do want to prep you. Let's get started.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh man, my fingers are on fire.
Yep.
All right.
Oof.
When we think about kind of builders that make it or builders that really change something, it's about having a vision that the world doesn't see yet. What is something that your vision that the world hasn't adjusted to yet or isn't quite looking at?
So there is one part of Shelby that we are so excited about that we haven't even talked about it.
Ooh.
The whole AI boom
Sure.
has created these pockets of GPUs all over the world.
Okay.
They're called neoclouds. And people have acquired GPUs, but the big challenge is how to get data to those GPUs as efficiently as possible. Shelby has an opportunity to become the data fiber that connects all of the GPUs across the world.
Interesting.
And move data and bring data to GPUs as fast as possible. With Shelby, we are the first global namespace. So if you think about Amazon S3 or GCS or any cloud,
Sure.
always have to choose your region,
Of course.
which region you want to be in. With Shelby, you don't have to choose your region. There is a global namespace of data. You can access it from anywhere in the world. And so I think that's something so big and so profound.
Yeah.
Like we haven't even fully talked about it, but internally, we are all very excited about making it happen.
And if I'm, if I put myself in the shoes of an AI model manager, I don't know if that's the right title, but there still is some data sovereignty there, right? Through Shelby that says, this is my data set and I can sort of deploy it among my fleet as you see fit.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so Shelby has this concept called placement groups.
Okay.
So you can have full control over where you want to deploy it, where you want to use it, and how you want to move it. So it gives you full control. At the same time, there's connectivity that is just so seamless. It's super easy.
Interesting. And then moving that data across the globe is kind of the marriage between DoubleZero and Shelby in this respect.
Absolutely. Without the connectivity of DoubleZero, without the performance, without the bandwidth, without the fat pipes you mentioned that DoubleZero brings, this vision is not possible.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, this was Hot Takes. I'm Tom Warner. Thank you again, Pranav. How are we feeling?
One last hot take.
Yes, please.
Before we end. I have a thesis
in
crypto that the facial hair is going to surpass the bald thesis.
Wow.
Right? Sometime soon.
Beard season coming in.
Beard season is coming in.
I like it. There we go.
All right, cool.
Amazing. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.